Huckberry,
How's it going?
Matthew, how are you?
Relatively pretty good, man. Yeah. Rolling right along. How about y'all?
We're good. Yeah, we were just catching up. Brad's up in upstate New York on a little adventure with his family, disconnecting from the city. And, I'll kind of set the stage a little bit. Brad has been a longtime friend of ours, and we've done some collaborations and storytelling together.
That's a good looking backyard you got.
I'm up here up in the Catskills doing a little fly fishing and hanging out with the family. And
Heard.
For those that haven't listened and aren't as familiar yet, do you mind just like quickly setting the stage? You've got the book Greenlights, and the name Greenlights has a lot of meaning. Do you mind just kind of giving us sort of that big line, what Greenlights comes from and what it means?
Let me tee that up. So I went away with 30. I've been writing journals and diaries for 36 years. Finally got the courage to go away and see what the hell was in them and if I could find central themes. First thing I found were 7 categories that were consistent. There were stories, people, places, prescribes, poems, prayers, and a whole lot of bumper stickers. And then I looked through those stacks and the central theme of green lights came out of it. I found that, green lights in our life are things we love. They affirm our way. They're freedom. They say, go, carry on, more, please. Yes. Yellow and red lights, we don't like them so much. They make us pause, or they make us stop, or jackknife, or slap in the face, intervention, death, crisis, etc. We don't want those, but usually find out that we needed them for some reason. Or they'll reveal a green light asset later in our lives that we go, oh, that's the lesson I was supposed to learn from that. Sometimes catching a green light is just about how do we look at a situation. It's about perspectives. You can run into a yellow light in your life and either wallow in it, dwell in it, make false drama of it. And the next thing you know, you're in a red light. You're stuck in it. Or you can look at some yellow lights and go, bullshit, I'm not even giving that crisis credit. I'm blowing this yellow light. I'm pressing the gas. I'm not slowing down. I'm not giving it credit.
One thing that I really appreciated, from the book and sort of a common theme is sort of this adventurous spirit, but also I think for us, the use of adventure to reset.
I write about this a lot in the book. We need structure to have freedom. We need resistance to overcome, to evolve as people. What matters? What doesn't matter? I get famous over one weekend with the Time to Kill. Man, whoa. Everyone's, I love you. This is great. Do any of these scripts. What do you want to do? I'm like, wait a minute. 2 days ago, I would have done any of this. And now you're telling me I can do all of it. So I had to get out of there. I need to go hear myself think, let memory catch up with me. And as I write about it, the first about usually 12 days of when I go off on solitude, they ain't easy. I am not enjoying the company. Me. I need to go to places where I don't have that phone to go to get my mind off of it, or that TV, or my wife, or sometimes even the booze to go, well, this is a little bit tough, hot in the kitchen, man. I need to go over here and get a little escape. No, there's value in going, no, I'm trapped with me, man. And in about day 12, something happens. You start to forgive yourself for certain things you should forgive yourself for. And then other things that you're tired of letting yourself slide on, you go, buck stops here. I'm not putting up with that shit anymore. We're changing that habit. And right about that time, the old giggle box starts to come back. And you realize, geez, I am stuck with the only person I can't get rid of, me. So shit, we might as well figure out a way to get along. Okay, buddy. And you shake hands with yourself again. You come out flying. Yeah. And then, you go back in society. You go back into the riffraff, and slowly that truth starts to get pulled away and the armor starts to go. And it's kind of like, okay, I got to take another trip down the road. Or for me, on a weekly basis, I need church on Sunday. Come about Saturday, I'm like, yep, it's been 6 days. I needed to get.
I think it was Bob Marley that said it, where I'm going to butcher this quote, but if you're unhappy with life, or if you're unhappy with your current life, then travel. And I butchered the quote, but I think that applies perfectly to this. And that is that reset, puts you back in perspective.
Well, also on a simple note, you can go, well, we can go here to the great 5-star resort. And trust me, I love a good 4 seasons bed. And I liked those 4 seasons bed more when I was coming off the highway of living in my Airstream camping out for years. But also after, so I have all appreciation for the fine linens and 5- and 6-star places. But then to ask yourself, when you got a choice between that or this freaking monastery that's off in the middle of the Himalayas go, well, which one's going to be a better story?
Right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, for me, this has been something for me. So, like, because I'm famous, I've had to find these places where nobody knows my name. Because when I said earlier to see, like, well, who am I and what really matters, you guys already have a bio of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't meet strangers anymore, right? So some people kiss my ass. Some people, like, you know, and I'm not sure what real behavior is. So I needed to go to places where nobody knew my name, where meaning if I went to Africa or Peru for 22 days on my own with a backpack, those hugs when I was saying goodbye, the tears that were coming down my face and the people I had met's face were all based only off of the man they met 22 days ago with no bio. So I'm like, yes, I am this man. Yes, this is not
genuine.
false drama, false exaggeration of, oh, I love you. No, this was earned me as a man,
genuine,
not famous.
Right.
Yeah.
Genuine human experience. If I were to meet you at a bar or something, it'd be like, oh shit, it's Matthew McConaughey from a movie that is, you already have that character in your brain, not the man who is actually.
I got kind of a selfish question as a new dad, and sort of this idea of adventure and removing yourself for the betterment of yourself. We're not going to be able to go backpacking for 22 days. At least I'm not right now with an 8-month-old.
No, me neither.
And your kids are, again, the bio of knowing that they're sort of
12, 10, 7. I can't just go like we all could. We cannot do this. We can't have an idea tonight to go, hey, we're coming to see you. Let's go fly fishing tomorrow and throwing on a backpack and going. No, we got a lot of responsibilities, things to tend to. Yeah.
Are there ways that you now as a parent with your kids are able to at least start introducing them to that idea, the importance of travel and the importance of adventure and sort of removing themselves from their comfort zone? Like, how do you distill that down to kids?
Yeah. Well, we've taken them and across America in the Airstream, where you're stuck in that small space and you can have one of everything. And if somebody leaves a damn pair of underwear or t-shirt out, the place gets messy. I mean, everything's got a place. Right. This COVID thing has been a bit of an adventure for us. We got my 88-year-old mom with us. She's seeing them every single day. We've had to make our property, our household become our world. There's been a lot more of those I'm bored. And you're like, great. Figure a way how to entertain yourself.
Right. Figure it out.
Good. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Super. Because we don't have anything else outside of the walls to go entertain ourselves. I mean, look, the other thing is this. Before, I got very fortunate with the woman I married. Look, my job takes me all over the world. And before we had kids, Camilla put both hands on my shoulder, looked me in the eye, and she goes, only way I'm having kids is one rule. I go, what? She goes, you go, we go. So every time I go to work, she drops everything. We pull the kids from school. They're coming with Popeye. And so they've been to South Africa, Mauritius, Spain, New York, LA, Patagonia. They've been all over these places. And we don't usually stay in the resort. We'll find either a house, or if it's in North America, we take my trailer. Between the three of us, it sounds like, as having the fortunate ability to travel and show our kids these beautiful places, the good places, the bad places. The real job, the real parent is to be a father, right? And that's the real job. That's the hard job. It's easy to go fishing and go bring your kids to a fancy ski resort, but that don't mean shit if you ain't a good man about it, right? And try to instill that into your daughters and your sons. As you say, look, to become a father's easy. Make a baby's easy and fun, but to be a father, that's a verb. That's now the work starts, and so saying yes is easy. Hand the kid off is easy. Answering those tough questions. Have y'all been faced with this yet? Where the kid asks that question, right when they ask it, you go, oh, I better have a great answer because this is going to form their perspective of their life. Have y'all had that? I've got an 8-month-old girl, so I know that they're coming, and she's my first. It's coming. It's coming. So I haven't had that yet, but Brad, I'm sure you have. Yeah, I got 2 little boys, and in May they'll be 5 and 3. So I mean, he's getting some interesting questions, the oldest one, but nothing. It's coming. I think I got within the next 6-7 months. Within a year, I better have my shit squared away. You'll know it'll hit you. Yeah, and you'll be like, that's a question. Yeah. We were on Free State of Jones. and on the set, and it was a time about slavery, and there's a scene there where there was a slave, a black slave that was hung, and my son, we're like, we would take him to set today. I don't know if that's a bit much, but no, let's bring him. That's history. That's something. It's hard, but that we need to have that conversation. And he asked me, well, why is it that the man with the dark skin that's saying it? And now that right there, I go, this answer better be real good, man, because this child asked me this, and it's you feel it, and you go, okay, let's wake up, and I need to make sure I have time to go sit down. Nothing else can interrupt, because everything we're going to do in that answer is going to be written in the lineage of this young mind and heart, and to answer the why, which leads to where we are. Where do we go from there? Where are we now? How are struggles still going?
You know, the questions I got, my oldest son, he did ask. It was something about life, like we saw a dead animal or something on the side of the road, and he brought up, well, Daddy, what is it when you're dead? And I was like, all right, yeah, I guess that was the first question that I got. That was like that, and I was like, all right, this is actually shit, I don't know, but all right, let's think about this and have a little discussion. And it was good, and it's good stuff, and it's the hardest job, but it's the best, right?
One other question I have, kind of related to fatherhood, and also, as a human being and as a person, and the relationships that you have, was writing this book. How did that process sort of affect you as a person in your relationships?
And putting it to page, those are writing contracts with myself. Then to share it, and I say this in the book, hey, guys, I'm not making A+ in all these things that I'm sharing in this book. So if I get off track, remind me. I'm throwing it out there so that hopefully the world can reverb and go, hey, McConaughey, you told me about this in the book, and it really helped me, and it was clear to me. You're not following up. And I'm going to go, oh, thank you, my bogey. So I'm trying to make a bit of a social contract with the world as well.
Well, Matthew, I think we're coming close to the time that we got with you, but this was awesome. I mean, I know Brad and I could rap with you for hours and pick your brain on fatherhood and adventure, but love what you're doing. I think fraternity of fathers. Yeah, we'd love to. And anyway,
we'll go fishing.
Yeah, I'll go fishing.
We will see you next time. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.